What's going on, everybody? Welcome to LVN EATS WORLD. I'm Logan. We got Dylan behind the camera, and today we're in West Center City, right off of Chestnut Street, checking out Cleavers. Now, on this show, we've used the terminology new kids on the block a lot. But if you want to talk about that kid that literally just moved across the street from you yesterday, then we're talking about Cleavers. They've only been around since 2016, making them the youngest place on our tour so far and the youngest place that we will go to for the duration of our trip. So although the restaurant is young, it comes with a pedigree of experience, with its owners having owned and operated a meat manufacturing company prior to opening up shop behind me. Now, what differentiates Cleavers from the competition is their rolls, all right? It's up to you. It's up to the customer. You can get a seeded roll, unseeded. You can get it in a wheat or white wrap, or you can just get your cheesesteak in a bowl with no bread at all. In terms of the steak itself, we're looking at another ribeye steak, but for the preparation, they claim to neither slice it or dice it, but rather have their own unique way of doing it. Will Cleavers continue the trend of new kids on the block impressing us on this show? We're going to go find that out. But before we do that, let's go see what the people have to say. Follow me. So, Cleavers has only been around since 2016. What have you guys been doing to separate yourself from the competition?
I don't know, really good product, buddy.
Really good product?
Yeah, really good product. Everything nice.
What's your favorite part about the cheesesteak here?
The meat, buddy. The meat quality is...
Do you think this is the best cheesesteak in Philadelphia?
I haven't tried a lot of places, but it's way better than a lot of places.
What separates Cleavers from the competition?
I think it's the meat quality for sure, yeah.
Now, you guys have like a large selection of rolls to choose from. Do you think that also has kind of a factor in terms of, kind of establishing yourselves as the new kids on the block?
Yeah, I think that people like a variety, so if people have a choice between seeded and unseeded roll, I think that gives us the benefit of the doubt for sure.
Is this the best cheesesteak place in Philadelphia?
I think it is.
Far and away?
Far and away. I mean, every cheesesteak spot is kind of the same but different in their own way, but I definitely think that the meat quality separates us from any other cheesesteak spot in the city.
All right, guys, so we did it. We made it to Cleavers. And just, a quick note, on the inside, very hipstery, very fresh. We love that. And they actually accept card, which I think is the first on this show. It only took 9 restaurants, you know what I mean? So I still paid with cash, though, just because I've become so accustomed to carrying hard cash on me during these times. So presentation, just right off the bat, we got the little logo pressed on there and everything like that. That's real cool. On top of that, we get it in a little box, too. So again, we're kind of getting like Christmas morning vibes going to here and everything like that. Now, granted, the box is upside down, which is a little bit of a bummer, but what's cracker open? Restaurant, kitchen, food, enjoy. I mean, you can check it. This is kind of reminds me of those old Lego boxes used to open up, you know what I mean? Can't really ask for anything much better. So let's give her a little crack open. Or maybe I was stupid and, hold on. All right, so that's a roll right there. Let's see what happens when we turn her over. Oh boy, we might be losing some cargo here, folks. Oh wait, no. Okay, so the box was upside down, but the cheesesteak was put in there correctly. So when I flipped it up to try to show you guys what the box art looked like, I inevitably opened up to the back end of a cheesesteak. So let's try this one more time, shall we? There we go, that's more like it. So right off the bat, a little messy. I'm gonna kind of blame most of that on my doing because I did flip the entire cheesesteak on its backside. But let's just kind of give her a look-see real quick. So, they said, when I looked online, they were claiming to neither have it chopped or sliced. I mean, clearly it's not sliced, but this is a chopped cheesesteak. Let's be real here, okay? What I'm getting is cheese was kind of mixed in there. It wasn't smothered on the top and it wasn't layered on the bread, kind of mixing in everything together, which we prefer on this show. Before we dive into the cheesesteak itself, let's just have a bite of the steak and see how she goes. I mean, that was all right, A little greasy, just a tad. And I don't know, guys, like, maybe they just did such a good job at Jimmy G's and like they just gave it to us like literally immediately after the fact that they had just taken the steak off the grill. Because my expectations for like the first bite of steak have not been met since that third episode of Jimmy G's. And this wasn't bad, you know, I have nothing to knock it or anything like that, but it's not sizzling. And honestly, it was a little bit on the colder side, if I'm gonna be 100% honest. But, you know, we got the seeded roll, which we love on this show. Back end is not hard, it's nice and soft, so it's gonna, you know, kind of melt in your mouth a little bit like that. All right, guys, I'm gonna stop talking. She's looking good. Give her a bite. I'll let you guys know how she goes down. First impression, she's hot, okay? On the surface level, that piece, I take back what I said. Right here in this core, I mean, dude, she's sizzling, man. That was like a, what do they call it? Whose Inferno is it? Whose Inferno?
Dante's Inferno.
Dante's Inferno. It was just like Dante's Inferno taking a bite into that, which we love. I'm a big fan of the sizzly, okay? I want it nice and sizzly. That means it was fresh off the grill. That means they weren't waiting around or anything like that. Hot off the press, this cheesesteak was. So I gotta give the steak itself props. I like the steak a lot. Cheese, you know, I might wait on a cheese interpretation for another bite because I didn't really get too big of an impression off of that. Roll though, I'm gonna be honest, the roll's like kind of chewy. You know, you want a nice roll that kind of melts in your mouth a little bit, you know what I mean? And I mean, I thought this backside was kind of soft, but I don't really know how to describe this roll. It's like it's seeded and everything like that, which you guys know I prefer. That's why I chose seeded. So I thought, you know, it'd given it additional props, but like, I don't even really know how to describe it. And I apologize for that because I don't know how to critique it, but I don't know, maybe I just had like high expectations going into it because it was a seeded roll. But I don't, this just wasn't really cutting it for me on that first bite. I felt like it was really chewy, almost kind of doughy, you know? And I don't know. Roll's pretty important, as we know on this show. I'm gonna give her another bite just to try to, you know, reaffirm what I'm thinking about this place. So I can say this might be the second best steak we've had on this show. Impressive. I'm really digging that. Okay. It's sizzly. I can tell they did a really good job with it. Maybe I was a little hard because the surface level one, you know, is obviously going to be the coldest. But to its core, right down here on the backside, she's steaming, guys. She's great. Cheese, kind of a non-factor. But the roll, I mean, I had that second bite, guys, and the roll is really chewy, and that's not really what I'm looking for. I want something that can kind of melt in your mouth, you know. So roll wasn't doing it for me, but the steak was absolutely phenomenal. So that's kind of disappointing, you know. And I feel like a lot of places, if you're going to screw up on something, they're going to screw up on the steak. So I got to say, for Cleavers, you know, you already have that down. I really enjoyed the steak, but the roll itself, man, I think they got to switch it up a little bit there. So with that said, I think a 4 is definitely a fair rating for sure. I'm going to put it behind Oregon because while I thought Oregon's, you know, steak maybe wasn't as good, I thought the cheese was a little bit more notable, and I think Oregon's roll is definitely a lot better. So we're gonna give it that light 4. Would I recommend this place? Yeah, I think it's a good spot for sure. And you know, they're young, 2016. They obviously, you know, haven't been around as long and everything like that. So you know, they're on the come up for sure. But I think they gotta get the roll situation straightened out. That's just my opinion though. 4. That's where we stand. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for our review of Cleavers. Listen, steak, absolutely phenomenal. You can tell they have a pedigree of experience working with meat and steak and whatnot. It really just showed up on that cheesesteak. As for the roll itself, I'm not going to lie, I was a little disappointed. I expected a little bit more. Definitely towards the bottom of our tour so far. But this is 9 out of 15, guys. I can't even say we have a long way to go because we're over halfway done with this show. But still have a couple key places to look out for, you know, a couple more staples throughout the city, which is why I want to remind you guys to make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, clicking the bell, putting on your push notifications, liking the video, and comment below. Comment, you know, really anything. How was your day? How are you? It don't matter. We love the connection on the show. As always, thank you so much for watching LVN EATS WORLD. Stay safe, and we'll see you guys next week.